everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of AI learning web series of IntellicoTalks, powered by IntellicoWorks. IntellicoWorks is a DevOps consulting company that provides AI, cloud, and DevOps services around the globe. And in the fourth episode today, we are going to discuss about the integration of artificial intelligence in the software development. So let's start the fourth episode with Shahzad Masud. Welcome, Shahzad.
Thank you so much.
So, starting off with the integration of AI, in the last episode, we have discussed about the role of AI in overall SDLC process. And today we are going to discuss about the software development part. So, tell us about the overview of integration of the artificial intelligence in the software development.
Software development is all about the actual coding part, right? So actual coding comprises of four different factors. You develop a code, you write a code, you review the code, you actually refactor a code, and then you maintain the code. So all four factors are actually over there. So AI incredibly actually help you out with all four of the factors, and it can actually generate a lot more better and secure code for you.
Okay, so and can you walk us through the steps that how we can leverage the AI in the specific software development part?
Oh, sure. So let's go one by one on all the factors. So the first one is the code generation. So how you can actually generate a code based on any of the requirement, based on any of the use case, based on any of the thing, or if you know the entire coding structure in your mind, you can actually give hints to the AI engine. There are many AI assisted code generators available over there.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can actually define a specific kind of requirement to that code generator. So for example, I mentioned it earlier as well, that if you want to connect to a database and create a CRUD operation out of that one, you can simply write to the template that generate a CRUD based operation on that, and AI assisted code will do that.
Okay.
AI assisted code will actually generate multiple options on that one, so that you can actually pick from each of them based on your requirement, based on the exact thing that are there. The second portion of this code generation part is you actually give it a complete requirement.
Okay.
The complete requirement is written in a natural language. So I want to create a login page with the ability of Facebook in it, with the ability of forgot password in it, with the ability of remember me, send an email, get a verification,
different functionalities,
multiple factor authentication. You can actually type the entire natural language over there. The AI model will actually help you out with all the required functions, all the required integration, all the required things that are available over there. You can actually go for that one. And the last part, for the actual smart and intelligent developers, they're actually writing some function. They're writing a code piece, they're writing something. And they actually keep on thinking, is this the best code? Is this the right code or not? So what they can do is they can ask for an auto-completion help.
Okay.
I want to write a database connectivity code. Just write the hint /DB connectivity. The AI assistant will actually pick up that template, pick up the code, and it will automatically complete the entire structure and reduce the time for that particular developer.
So, if we break these steps into, into more functional way, that, we can say the first one is the code generation with the help of AI. The second one is the analysis part and the review part. And the third one is, what would you call it? Refactoring. Yeah. So
and the fourth one is the maintenance of the code.
So the four major steps, integration of the AI into the software development, then we have the four steps in it. So let's dig down further the information in the first step. That is the AI-based code generation. So let's start it. Tell us about that. And, here I would like to include that, to all the developers out there, who are watching us, it's very important for them, to learn these steps, to make their work more efficient. So, it's very helpful and meaningful for all the developers out there. So, please continue. The first step, which is the AI-based code generation.
So AI-based code generation is kind of an autopilot mode that is integrated with most of the development environment, IDEs that are available for different high-level languages. So those helpers or autopilot actually can help you generate code in there. Famous .NET, Visual Studio, Java, Go, Node.js, all the famous programming language IDEs that are available over there. They can help you generate the most efficient and the perfect code that is available over there. You just have to give them either the hint or a complete natural language oriented requirement, or you can just simply say that I want to do basic unit steps, and you can provide them, and the code will be generated.
Okay.
And the code will be perfectly written with all the logging, analytics, monitoring, secure code practices, error handling, and everything will be actually over there.
Perfect. So that the first step usually covers.
Most of the IDs actually have it already available in there.
Okay. And if you can further break it down into the steps, the first part, what would you name those steps?
I would name those steps as code auto-completion,
okay,
or code templating.
Mm-hmm.
Auto-completion is just like you wanted to write something, you just write that thing, and just like Google actually give you different auto-completion steps that what you want to search. Exactly in the same way, the IDE, whenever you start typing something, there will be an auto-completion steps on your right side part. The second portion is the code generation based on the NLP.
Okay.
You write into that particular search box or generate box that you want to write a function based on your natural language context.
Mm-hmm.
Give it the complete requirement. It will generate the code out of for you with a placeholders that these are the placeholders where you have to fill in the data.
Okay.
Like database, URL, username, password. What would be your social media tokens to actually access that platform and stuff like that. All the parameters will be empty. The rest of the code will be actually present over there.
Perfect.
And the last part is most like a template generation. You want to generate a login page, you want to generate a login stuff, and how that is coded and implemented over there. That will be automatically there.
Perfect. So the 3-step functionality in the first part, that is code generation,
auto-completion, templating, and generation of the code based on the natural language.
Perfect. And coming towards the next part, that is the reviewing and analysis part.
Correct.
So please explain that.
So the second most important role of any development is the senior developer. Senior developers always tend to review the code. They actually review the code using their own experience. They have a checklist available to them. Is that secure code? Is that compliance? The governance style? Is that following the logging guidelines? Is that following the naming convention? Is that following all the things that are there? So the developer or the senior developer who is actually reviewing the code has to take care of all the things.
Okay.
With the help of AI, if we can actually inform the AI that do this static code analysis on this particular piece of code and do a formatting scanning, do a code analysis, do a security analysis, do a formatting analysis, do a complete logging analysis, do a complete analytics analysis, do an error handling analysis. So AI assisted model can actually give you suggestions with a simple click or simple command issue, and the entire code will be done.
Yeah, so I would say again, the 3 steps comes into the play.
Static code analysis, code security analysis, and then the compliance analysis.
Okay. So that's where we cover the review and analysis part, where the senior developers, come into the play as well, and with the help of, junior developers as well. So that's all the review process comes, gets ended, right?
Yeah. So whenever a senior developer actually review the process, the next portion actually comes up as well. He says that you written the logic in like 20, 30 lines or 40 lines. However, the same logic can be written in 10 lines as well.
Yeah.
So you can use this factor, this particular portion of the code. You can reuse this functionality. This is called refactoring.
Okay.
AI also helps you with that.
So that's where the refactoring comes in.
That's where the refactoring.
The third major step.
The third major step is actually comes in the same one. Third part is more like for the senior developers. Senior developers always, give suggestions to you that improve this code based on the performance, based on this code piece can be done like in 10 lines of code. How are you written 40 lines of code or 50 lines of code? So there could be performance concern, there could be security concern, there could be error handling concern, there could be exception handling concern, and you have written the code into a lot more perfective way. But the senior developer actually says that you can actually write this code into a smaller one as well. You have actually reinventing the wheel, and you can actually reuse a functionality or a design pattern that can be done over here. So what you can do is you can actually ask the AI assistant, that autopilot or AI assistant in your IDE, to help you refactor that code as well.
Okay.
You can also tell that particular assistant that I want to improve performance of this code. He will give you suggestions that change this line, improve on this line, do this, do that, and all the things that are there. And if you ask him that, can I improve this code to a lot more readable, it will give you suggestion that, okay, if you actually move this line to this one, change this line, remove it, get to the newer function, just like lambda is the most advanced phase of the things that it can actually reduce from tens of lines to a single line. It will give you suggestions on that too. So refactoring actually is the two major portions. Either that is refactoring based on a particular requirement, or refactoring based on the readability.
So also we can call it as the improvisation or the optimization of the code.
Of course, yes, of course. So we can do that. Yes.
Coming towards the next major step, that is the maintenance of the code, right? So what would you explain in that?
Maintenance of the code, actually, there are three major challenges in there. Continuous integration and deployment, CI/CD, where if you actually define a code that is so lengthy to compile, so lengthy to work with, or you actually added certain steps that are very compute intensive, or you actually added steps which requires a lot of documentation, lots of looking into things, AI can actually help you with that as well. So if you define a certain functionality, that functionality is requiring a lot of compute power, AI assistant can also tell you that. Do not use this particular library, but use that library. If you are interacting with the social media using this library is always impact a larger CI/CD process. This will
so in the maintenance part, we will be getting the suggestions from the AI that
for the infrastructure maintenance and cost as well. So this library or that particular code will actually incur a lot of cost on infrastructure capability and power as well. So that would be there. If you are using a certain feature that is more parameterized and introduce a lot of documentation in your major chunk, it will also give you suggestions that you don't need all these parameters. Rather than using this particular library, use that library. Or why are you introducing 4 variables? Or however, you are not using the 4 variables, but you are only using 1 variable. So in the maintenance of the code, AI assistant can help you with this particular portion as well. And last but not the least, but documentation and predictions. Whenever you are actually going for the documentation and prediction models, these documentation and prediction models always tell you that you are adding a feature or function or parameter that is not required by any of the software, the entire use case, but you added it over there.
So if we summarize this thing, AI is helping you at every step of code generation. And, if we talk about the 4 major steps, from the code generation, then the review analysis, refactorization, and then the last, the maintenance part. AI is helping you in every manner at every step, right?
It's all about that how you ask the right question to the AI model guy. It's just like a guy who's actually sitting besides you, is actually doing an extreme programming practice, and if you ask the right question to the guy, he will actually respond back to you in the right way. However, this AI assistant guy is actually learning from your behavior as well and giving you the answers of those questions as well, which you're not asking, but you are actually typing. So based on your typing sentiment, based on your thinking sentiment, and based on your speaking sentiment, assistant is actually helping you out on the coding part.
So again, I would quote this sentence to all our audience as well, that it's very important to have the right conversation with the AI tool. And if you're not having the right conversation, you will not get the meaningful results from the AI tool, right?
Precise and perfect results will be obtained only if you actually give it the precise information. So if the precise information it actually returned back, then at least 1% intelligence of the guy who's actually developing it, he will actually start being, okay, did I give the right requirement to the assistant to generate this code, or did I give the wrong requirement to the assistant to generate this code? So it's all about, asking the right questions.
Summarizing it further, that you can make your work more efficient if you are telling the AI tool, AI system, the right the set of things that you want to actually generate with the help of AI, right?
If I summarize the entire code generation part, then it would be all the 4 phases of the development actually can reduce a lot. I would not claim any percentage, but in my experience, more than 80% of the development lifecycle, workflows, development of the use cases, and everything can be reduced to a lot more accurate way with less maintenance with the help of AI. And generative AI is actually the future, which is actually learning a lot from this thing. And prediction of this software based on the artifacts of the software development, performance, security, logging, production maintenance, support, everything that is actually part of the SDLC the important and critical part, this will actually reduce your infrastructure costs. This will reduce your maintenance cycle. This will improve the product capabilities to a lot more extent. So AI can really help you with a lot more progressive and intelligent softwares.
I would like to ask you one thing that you have completely explained it very well, but any specific tip for the developers, a single liner tip for the developers that what is essential to obtain all these things in a better way?
AI assistance is always based on the historical information. And historical information, if you ask the precise question, it will give you the precise answer.
Yeah.
So ask the right question.
Ask the right question. So that is the tagline, that you need to ask the right question from the AI tool. And I think that was it from the fourth episode from the AI Learning web series. And with that, where we have discussed about the integration of artificial intelligence in the software development. And again, that I would like to have one question for you people as well, that which tools that you are using for each step in the integration of AI in the software development. And if you want to know any specific tool for each step, then you can let us know in the comment box and we will get back to you. And thank you so much for staying with us in the fourth episode, and we will come back with the fifth one with the more interesting topic, that how we can utilize AI and make our lives better. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the next one.